Yeah. Say, I don't have many stories. Like Ritu has so many stories, and every time she comes back with a new story, and I love to listen to her experiences. But yeah, we are not aware of this approach at all. And I'm really thankful to Ritu when she joined this organization, Institute of Social Studies Trust, in 2013. She introduced this approach to us, and for me it was an eye opener, because I have been doing research. I'm a researcher, but particularly, and research and evaluation maybe. And I've been doing research for last 2 decades, more than 2 decades maybe. But when she came with this approach, I immediately jumped into it, and not everyone was interested in it, but I found something very positive in this approach. Let me tell you why I found positive in this approach. We are researchers. We go to the community, we collect data, and we come back. Almost like some non-human, some like non-living object is going to the field, to the community, like something pre-recorded, pre decided questions. Ask them, get the data, come back. There's no human touch in it. We are losing that human connection. Human touch is I mean, gradually is missing from research. And this approach, I use it for my research, for my evaluation. I think it reconnects with people. That's the positive. That's the most, I think, the strong side of this approach. You connect with human beings. You connect to the people. You talk to them. You make friends in the community. You bring the positive side in the human being. You bring their like their energy. You make them relook at their own life, own like memories, and bring strong his or her own strength in memory. I mean, that's the lovely approach, I think, and I'm sure I'm going to use it more and more in future days.
The way you talk, it makes me so happy. For some reason, you talk so happily, so naturally. I think if you talk, everybody smiles. Well, that's nice.
Yes.
But I get it. I also done research, and I know that. So, yeah, that's true. So you discovered it a couple of years ago, right? The SALT approach.
Yeah.
And you use it in your research ever since. What kind of research are you in?
At ISST, we do social research particularly, and gender is our primary focus. And I think from 2013, we have used this approach a few times, I think 2-3 times at least. And I still remember the first time, not entirely this community life competence approach, but we use elements of this approach in one of our evaluations. Ritu was also my partner in that research. We are working with adolescent girls in West Bengal, in eastern part of India. And I remember, and the first time I used SALT approach in evaluation, we're doing a participatory workshop with adolescent girls and the NGO who works with them. A few adolescent girls came from the community, the volunteers, some grassroots level workers from the NGO. They came, and when we started asking the questions, and Ritu, I still remember, she initiated the discussion with the community, with the girls and the boys who came from the community. And first thing they told us that we are very, very, very worried. We didn't sleep last night because we think that evaluation, somebody is coming from Delhi and asking us all tough questions, and we are not ready with the answers. But now we realize it's not about question and answer. It's about what we have done and what we enjoy in life. And now we are free to talk to. I think immediately it opened up. It opened up for a discussion, in-depth discussion, very close discussion with them, and we learned a lot from that workshop. And we designed our evaluation questions in that workshop, with those adolescent girls and the grassroots level workers. And they set their own questions. We didn't tell them what are the questions to be asked and to whom to be asked. They came with the questions, and they only told us these are the people you should ask, and these are the questions. So, like, it took us to a new dimension. I mean, evaluation is always like, somebody, outside designing some questions for the project, okay, and almost like a fault finding exercise. But from there, it's like not fault finding, but to get the, like, what we are enjoying and what we are proud of from this project, and to realize that it's our own project. It's not somebody else is coming and doing a project for us, but it's our own project. So that realization, I think they also realize that something new is happening, and we enjoyed that moment, the happiness, in their face. I mean, it's a lovely experience. And after that, also in 2015 and 16, we did with another set of people. We call domestic workers in India, the women basically who go to private households to as domestic help. And ILO approached us with some assessment monitoring, to develop some monitoring tool, but we suggested this approach for self-assessment, and they liked it, and then we did a few SALT workshops with the community, with the domestic workers. We visited their households, their community. We talked to their family members, and definitely it's project, so we maybe couldn't go further. But it's another experience, very, very positive and good experience, for me at least.
If you say it like that, can I ask you? Because many people who I interview tell me that when you step into this transaction with another person, then naturally it changes you as well. It's not that you only receive something or you give something away or you gain knowledge. You also change a little bit. Has it happened to you as well, that it naturally influences you in some ways as well?
Absolutely. I think that's the strength of this approach. Like, this listening is one very important element of this approach. And Ritu sometimes comes back and asks that, listening, why do you like listening? I mean, what is there in listening? I also started thinking, what's there in listening? Why I like listening? So, listening is, then we realize listening, it seems like one person is listening to other, but it's not, it's empowering from both of them, the person who is talking and the person who is listening to it. Because when you listen to it, you also connect it with your own experiences, your own real experiences. And you also, it's empowering because for the person who is talking, he or she can get, bring some strength from his or her own experience. And for the listener, it's also like, the listener can connect to his or her own experiences. So he or she also realizes that something is there also in me. So it's like, it's two-way thing. It's not only collecting data. That's what I'm telling you. It's not only collecting data. It's also give back something to the person and realize even how my own strength. I remember when some time back when, I have been doing field-based research for so many years, I told you. And, in one of our workshops, I think with the domestic workers only, Ritu and another colleague of ours from Kerala, he was also there with us. And then when they asked me also that, share something which you are proud of. Definitely we did so many things for our family, immediate family, for our close friends, relatives. Yeah, we're proud of those things also. But sometimes as researcher, I then started thinking that what I did, which helped the community out of the project something. And I shared my experience when I was doing a field trip in Himachal Pradesh, hilly terrain of India, is another state. And it was so difficult for me to reach to the village because there was no proper road. And the community was thinking that, it's government's job to repair this, maintain this road. This is not our job. And then when it took a long time to reach that high hill village. But when I told them, see, we can also do something. Then I mean, who am I? I'm your guest only, no? So like a lot of your friends and relatives and your guests come to a village. If you spend some time to just remove those huge boulders from the roadside, I think, it will be very nice actually. And when next day when I was returning, I saw the road was repaired. And I thought, who did it in one night? They told, we did it. So, they also realized, oh, fine. I mean, they are thinking very negatively that it's not our responsibility, it's government's responsibility to do this thing. And they realized, no, it's who government, we only. So let's do it. And they did it. In one night, they did it. So next day, in the afternoon, when I was returning, I saw that, oh my God, how come it's repaired so quickly? The government came, somebody, I mean, in the government, somebody in the village informed the government that somebody has come, so you have to repair. No, nobody inform the government. We did it. So I was so happy. So yeah. So this thing also, this memory, that's my that pleasure I got from that trip. It came from a salt workshop only. Before that, I also didn't think that what did I do. So it is very small. It seems sometimes very trivial. It's not important, but these are the important moments in life.
That's true. That's absolutely true. So if you think of SALT, do you think of an acronyms? What does it represent? Or do you think it's more of a mindset or a guideline to you? How do you approach it yourself? Or how do you explain it to yourself?
No, it's, I think, combination of many things. It's a guide. It's also mindset, because if you are not ready to accept that, if you are not ready to accept that that positive side of SALT, whatever, how many books you read on SALT approach and things, you won't be able to communicate. If you won't be able to be a facilitator unless you start believing the positive side of SALT. I think so. It's also like your mindset. Definitely, you need to listen good experiences, because I remember in Chennai in 2015, Ritu and I were doing a SALT workshop with domestic workers also there, and Ritu told me that you do it. Then I took, I think after lunch sometime, and immediately in few minutes I messed it up completely. So you need definitely that experience, that you need how to conduct this, because it's finally, it's also kind of, it's performance, because you are facilitating, you are talking so many people, and everybody's looking at you. So definitely that skill is also required, but skill definitely is required, but your mindset is also definitely is very key to it here for this approach. So it's not only learning. Now I know I have learned SALT, now I can use it. It's not so easy also. It seems very easy sometimes. When I saw first time Ritu, and then later Bobby, it seems very easy. Like, anybody can do it. Yeah, anybody can do it. That's right only. But it's not so easy also, because you have to like maybe reorient it. You have to relearn something. You have to maybe unlearn something and relearn something. Then only you can be a SALT facilitator.
Oh, that's so nicely put. I actually think, yeah, the unlearning of certain patterns or habits is a big part of it, because people are habitual creatures. So you do stuff, or you think negatively, it's your habit to let somebody else do something for. It's a habit that needs to be broken, and then the road towards something new can be created. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and this habit is also there in the SALT itself, no? Like, when we give examples, like, in the self-assessment, like, where you are at what stage, and what's your dream, and how you will achieve that dream. They're also like, this practice of SALT in the community itself, it should become a habit. Otherwise, it will become a task. Like, it's my task today, so I have to go and I have to remember this is my task. But in SALT, it's not your task; it's your habit. No, it's a part of your life. So you forget that, like, it's a task. So that's another, very positive and very powerful element in SALT, I think.
Yeah, it's a positive habit actually, that you can put it into your system like that. Yeah, that's true. Well, thank you so much for that. I got a lot of inspiration right there. I've also done a little bit of research after I initially came to Belgium to do my master's degree. And then I stayed here just after that. And 1 year I did only research. And I also got this sense, even though I did qualitative research, so I was more talking with people, but I still felt like I'm asking, it's not a conversation, I'm just asking the questions to dig a little bit deeper, but there was still no connection with that. So I really get what you mean by saying that. So thank you for that. And let's keep in touch. Let me know when you come to Belgium.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah.
And
we're also,
yeah,
please. No, we are also, I mean, very, very enthusiastic because somebody very special is visiting us. Which day? 31st of March. So I also see, I think it's maybe another learning session for us.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. I'm there in a spirit with you. Jean-Louis will keep me posted everything that is happening. So good luck to you, and it will be amazing. I'm very sure of that.
Yeah.
Still some.
Thank you so much. Yeah. I enjoyed talking to you.
Say hi to Ritu as well.
Yeah.